Hello everyone, happy Friday, happy weekend. Today we're going to be making our Woad soap. Some of you may have watched the video we put up last week, which is where we actually extracted our own Woad dye from our own homegrown plants. If you haven't watched the video, go and have a look. If I can, I'll put it up in one of the corners. If I can't figure out how to do that, because I'm not great with technology, then you can find it in our channel list and our video list. So yes, we are using our Woad pigment, which we extracted in last week's video, to hopefully dye our soap a nice pale blue colour. So, what else to say? Not a lot else to say really. We're dyeing soap. We're dyeing soup. We're not dyeing soup. I don't even like soup. We are dyeing soap blue. Come along, join us, see how it goes. So here is our precious Woad, and there's a lot of ways that you can incorporate this into the soap batter. You can add it to the liquid oils before you mix them with the lye water, or you can add it with a small amount of oil and add it at trace, or you can add it with hot water and add it at trace. We are actually going to be going with just adding it into our lye water for no other reason than I had a look at a colour chart to see the kind of blues you could achieve using the different methods. And I liked the colour that it came out by adding it directly into the lye water. So I'm going to show you now how we're going to prepare our lye water. I've got gloves on, I've got goggles on. It's always preferable to wear long sleeves, but as you can see, I'm being naughty. I don't have long sleeves on. And work in a well-ventilated area away from children and pets and things like that. So what we need to do first is add our lye, and it's only a tiny amount because we're only making a tiny batch, into our water. You always add the lye into the water, you never do it the other way round because that can be quite dangerous. And it's going to give off fumes, so don't put your head directly above the pot, stand back if you can. If you want to wear a little mask, you can do that as well. And we generally do this over by our sink, by our open window. But because I'm on camera today, I can't be over by the sink, but I have got lots of ventilation and windows open. Now we're just going to carefully mix this in using a stainless steel spoon. You don't want to use any other kind of metal utensils with lye because it can react with the lye water. So stainless steel and a plastic jug. Plastic is the best kind of jug to mix lye water in. Again, you don't want to be using metal containers, and you don't want to be using glass because glass, even if it is toughened glass over time, can shatter or crack, which you don't want. Now that the lye is mixed in, I'm going to take our Woad and I'm going to add it in directly into the lye water. We've got just under a teaspoon of Woad in here. And I'm fully expecting that it will change colour. It's not going to be that nice bright blue colour once we add it to the lye water. I wouldn't be surprised if it turns back a little bit green or something like that. So we're expecting to see some sort of colour change. So I'm not going to be too worried if it goes a strange sort of colour. And it's taking on sort of a greenish tint to it. There we go, it smells a little bit funny, so I'm leaning back because I don't want to be breathing in the fumes, but can't really help it because they are pretty strong. And now what I'm going to do is move this over to the window, leave it in the sink until it's cooled down to probably about 100–110 degrees Fahrenheit, and then we're going to be able to bring it back and make our soap with it. So both the oils and the lye water are now down at around about 105 degrees, so it's time to add the cooled lye water into our oils. As you can see, we have got a few flecks around there, and I was debating whether to strain them out, but I thought actually I'm just going to let them flow in, and then if they're present in the final bar, I'll just add kind of flecked appeal, but I'd imagine that a few of them will get whizzed up anyway. So carefully adding the cooled lye water now into our liquid oils. Making sure I get every little last drop out. And now I'm just going to use our stick blender to bring this to a light trace, light to medium trace today. To a medium sort of trace now, and this is the point where I was thinking about adding in some essential oils. I was tempted with kind of like ylang ylang and bergamot blend for this because I think that would look really nice or smell really nice in a blue soap, but because this is our first time using the Woad, I don't want anything to influence the colour it comes out, so we're going to leave it unscented. So that's about it for this one. We're just going to pull in our mould. So we've got our single cavity mould today because we aren't going to be creating enough batter to fill a whole loaf mould. And so it's purely going to be a case of just carefully filling the cavities. And I reckon we'll probably get about 2 cavities filled. But that's okay because this is just a tester soap. And if it works, then I'll be over the moon just with 2 anyway. So there we go, 2 little soaps just together. My only concern with actually using this mould is that we need these to really go through gel phase to help make this blue colour pop. And it is hard to make soaps in single cavities go through gel phase because they don't get as hot as soaps in loaf moulds. So what I'm going to do, I've had some soaps in the oven today gelling, some other soaps that we're going to be selling. So I'm going to take those out and hope that the residual heat left over is going to be enough just to raise the temperature of these and allow them to go through gel phase. Because at the moment they're kind of grey and hopefully it will turn to blue, but if they go through gel phase they've got a lot more of a chance of turning to blue. So I think we're done. That was quick and easy, wasn't it? Let's get them in the oven. By the way, the oven doesn't need to be turned on, purely just left in there for the heat to rise. If you haven't got anything that's created heat in there beforehand, you could preheat it to around about 50 degrees centigrade and then turn it off before you put any soaps in. So don't have the oven on when the soaps are actually inside the oven, and do keep checking on them as well just to check that they aren't bubbling up or over. Anyway, let's get these in the turned off oven. So here I am. The Woad soap has been unmoulded. It's been unmoulded for the best part of a week, and the reason I've left it a week before showing you is I wanted to wait and give it time for the colour to fully develop, because I was well aware that after making soap with natural dyes they can fade or change colour, or the colour can develop. And we have got a colour, and that is the important factor here. There are 2 questions we have to ask ourselves. The first being, has the Woad successfully dyed the soap? And I am happy to confirm a positive response to that. The Woad has dyed the soap. The other question we have to ask is, has the Woad dyed the soap a lovely kind of robin's egg blue colour, which is what I was expecting? I'm going to let you guys be the judge of that, because this here is the Woad soap. Let me give you a little close-up. So do not adjust your computer settings or device settings. The soap is actually, I would say, a pinky purple colour. It is actually a really, really beautiful pinky purple colour. It's probably the prettiest purple that I've managed to get out of a natural dye ever. But there's no denying that this is not blue. I have no clue why it hasn't come out blue. It should have been blue. Everything I read should have been blue. It's not. Kind of goes to show that when you're using natural colours, differences can occur for whatever reason. If you're a scientist and have got any ideas why it hasn't come out blue, do drop us a comment and let us know, because I'm not a scientist. My best guess is something to do with the pH levels or the pigment itself, or I don't know. All I can say is that it's purple. And I can also guarantee that if I was like, oh, I love this purple, I'm going to use it in some soaps, that if I did the whole process again, extracted it with the hope of getting this purple, it would probably end up being blue, because that's the way that life goes. But on the whole, really happy with the experiment. Happy that we've actually got a colour from the Woad. Happy that it's not sitting here looking grey and boring. The colour has stayed the same for the last, well, 4 or 5 days. It really hasn't changed since I got it out of the mould, so I doubt it's going to change now. So that was our Woad experiment. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed doing it. It's been time consuming, but it's been a lot of fun. And it's so nice to have our own soap that has been dyed from plants that we've actually grown ourselves. So, while we are not blue, we're not blue about not being blue. If you see what I mean. Yeah, drop us a comment, give us a like if you've enjoyed the video. If you want to see more of our videos, hit the subscribe button. If you want to buy our soaps, you can visit our website here. If you want to get a discount on buying our soaps, you can use a discount code here. Next week, we shall be doing... What will we be doing? I've got a couple of videos lined up actually, and I don't know which one I'm going to post first. So it'll either be a natural cucumber, lemon and charcoal soap, or it could be a beach themed soap, or it could be a kind of gradiated soap that we've been working on. We've got 3 videos in the making all set to go, and I don't know which way we're going to do them. So it'll be one of those anyway. Well, I'm going to go and, I don't know, do something. Play with some more soap. Record a few more intros and outros. Have a good day, everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye!